We all desire a loving, fulfilling relationship with the man of our dreams. But sometimes it can feel like we are waiting forever for him to appear. What if I told you that the secret to attracting the right partner doesn't lie in seeking him out, but in understanding and embracing a few key principles within yourself? Today I want to share 5 powerful keys that will open the door to the man you've always desired. Loving yourself first is the foundation upon which everything else in your life can be built. It is not just a passing trend or something to aspire to in the abstract. It is a deeply transformative practice that requires commitment, patience, and self-compassion. In a world that often places external validation as a measure of success, learning to truly love and accept yourself is an act of rebellion, an act of courage, and most importantly, an act of healing. When you love yourself first, you create a safe space within your heart where you are enough, just as you are. This self-acceptance opens the door for everything you desire, whether it's health, relationships, career success, or peace of mind. But in order to unlock that door, you must first understand that love begins from within. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation from others, of trying to meet societal expectations, or even depending on the love of others to feel worthy. But the truth is that no external validation will ever fulfill you the way self-love can. It all starts with how you see yourself, how you treat yourself, and how you speak to yourself in moments of joy and hardship. Self-love is not about being perfect or always getting everything right. It's about accepting yourself with all your flaws, strengths, imperfections, and growth. It is not about indulging in vanity or selfishness, but rather about recognizing your own inherent worth and treating yourself with the same kindness and care you would offer to someone you deeply love. This means allowing yourself grace during moments of struggle, forgiving yourself when you make mistakes, and celebrating your successes, no matter how big or small. When you truly love yourself, you stop seeking approval from others because you no longer need it. You become secure in your own worth, and this security allows you to live authentically without the need to please or impress anyone. You no longer feel the need to conform to other people's expectations or compromise your values to fit in. You know who you are, and you stand in your truth. But how do you cultivate this kind of self-love? It begins with developing a deep sense of self-awareness. Pay attention to how you talk to yourself, especially during times of stress or failure. Are you kind and supportive, or do you criticize and berate yourself? Your inner dialogue sets the tone for your emotional and mental well-being. If you catch yourself engaging in negative self-talk, replace those thoughts with affirmations of love and kindness. Instead of saying, "I'm not good enough" or "I'll never succeed," shift your mindset to, "I am worthy of love and success, and I am learning and growing every day." Another vital component of self-love is setting healthy boundaries. When you love yourself, you respect your own needs and desires. You understand that it's okay to say no when something doesn't align with your values or when it drains your energy. Boundaries are not about being selfish, they are about protecting your emotional, physical, and mental well-being. By setting boundaries, you honor yourself and show others how to treat you with the same respect. In addition to self-awareness and boundaries, self-love requires self-care. This is not just about pampering yourself with massages or treating yourself to indulgent experiences, although those things can certainly be part of it. True self-care is about prioritizing your health and well-being in every aspect of your life. This includes nourishing your body with healthy food, engaging in regular exercise that makes you feel good, getting enough rest, and taking time for activities that bring you joy and relaxation. It also means caring for your emotional and mental health by seeking support when you need it and taking time to reflect and process your feelings. When you love yourself, you also learn to forgive yourself. Holding on to past mistakes, regrets, and guilt only drains your energy and prevents you from moving forward. You cannot change the past, but you can change how you view it. Self-forgiveness is a key part of self-love because it frees you from the emotional weight that holds you back. It allows you to let go of the past and embrace the present moment with an open heart. Loving yourself first also means recognizing that you are deserving of the life you want. It means knowing that you don't need to prove your worthiness to anyone, that your dreams and desires are valid, and that you have the power to create the life you envision. You deserve love, success, happiness, and peace just because you are you. It's important to understand that self-love is an ongoing process. It is not a destination, but a journey that requires daily practice. There will be times when you struggle, when doubts creep in, or when you feel like you are not enough. During those moments, remind yourself that these feelings are temporary and they do not define who you are. You are worthy, you are deserving, and you are enough no matter what. When you love yourself first, you attract relationships that reflect the love and respect you have for yourself. You no longer settle for toxic dynamics or unhealthy connections because you know you are worthy of more. You surround yourself with people who support, uplift, and honor you. Your relationships become a reflection of the love you've cultivated within yourself, and they bring out the best in you. Ultimately, loving yourself first is the most powerful thing you can do for yourself. It sets the foundation for everything else in your life. When you choose to love yourself unconditionally, you align with your highest potential, and you begin to live from a place of abundance, peace, and joy. Embrace the truth that you are enough, just as you are. You are worthy of all the love, success, and happiness the universe has to offer. And when you love yourself first, everything else will follow. Trusting the universe's timing is an essential element of living a life of peace, fulfillment, and joy. We are all taught from a young age that we must chase after what we want, set goals, and achieve them as quickly as possible. The world around us is often fast-paced, and we are encouraged to always be on the go, constantly striving for more. However, in doing so, we forget the power and beauty of surrendering to the natural rhythm of life. Trusting the universe's timing is about allowing the flow of life to unfold in its own perfect way, and understanding that everything will happen when it is meant to, not before and not after. When you trust the universe's timing, you release the pressure of having to control every outcome. You stop obsessing over when things will happen, and instead you open yourself to the possibility that the universe has a plan for you that is beyond your understanding. The process of trusting is not always easy. It requires you to believe in something greater than yourself, whether you call it the universe, God, or any other higher power that resonates with you. This faith allows you to let go of fear and doubt, and trust that the best possible outcome will come to you in divine timing. It's important to remember that the universe is not working against you. It's not trying to make you wait for no reason. Life has its own natural flow, and sometimes we are not yet ready for what we desire. There is a certain level of preparation that must take place within ourselves before we can receive what we are asking for. It might be that we need to learn lessons, heal emotional wounds, or grow in some way before we are ready to fully embrace what is meant for us. Trusting the universe's timing means understanding that the delay is not a sign of rejection or failure, but a sign of preparation. When we release the need for instant gratification and accept that the universe's timing is always perfect, we cultivate patience. Patience is not about passively waiting for something to happen. It's about actively being present in the moment, focusing on what we can control, and trusting that the universe will bring us the opportunities and people we need at the right time. The key to patience is understanding that life is not a race and that everything has its season. Just like the flowers bloom in their own time, your dreams will unfold in their perfect moment. Another aspect of trusting the universe's timing is recognizing that sometimes the thing you want most may not be in alignment with what is best for you at that particular moment. We often get fixated on one specific outcome, and we believe that if we don't achieve it, we are somehow failing. However, the universe may have something even better in store for you, something that you couldn't have anticipated or imagined. Trusting the timing means being open to new opportunities, even if they don't look exactly like what you thought you wanted. The universe has a way of surprising us with gifts that far exceed our expectations, and when we let go of rigid plans and expectations, we allow ourselves to receive these blessings with open arms. Trusting the universe's timing is also about surrender. Surrendering is not about giving up or resigning yourself to fate. It is about releasing your grip on the outcome and allowing life to unfold naturally. When we trust the universe, we acknowledge that there are forces at play that are far beyond our understanding. There are countless elements, people, circumstances, and opportunities that must align in order for us to receive what we desire. By surrendering control, we let go of anxiety, fear, and the constant pressure to make things happen on our own. We trust that the universe has our best interests at heart, and that everything is happening as it should. One of the most difficult aspects of trusting the universe's timing is dealing with uncertainty. When things are not unfolding in the way we expected, it can be easy to feel lost or confused, but uncertainty is a natural part of life. The universe works in mysterious ways, and often we cannot see the full picture from our limited perspective. This is why trust is so important. It is the belief that even in times of uncertainty, there is a higher plan in motion. It is the confidence that what is meant for you will find its way to you, even if it doesn't happen when you think it should. Trusting the universe's timing also involves trusting yourself. When you align with the flow of life, you begin to trust your own intuition and inner guidance. You know that you are always in the right place at the right time, even when it feels like things aren't progressing. You understand that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. You start to recognize the signs and synchronicities that the universe provides to guide you along your path. You learn to listen to your inner voice, and you let it lead you toward your dreams. Another key to trusting the universe's timing is letting go of comparison. It's easy to look at others and feel like you are behind or that you are not achieving as much as they are. But everyone's journey is different. The fact that someone else is getting what you want does not mean that you are failing. Their path is not yours, and their timing does not affect yours. Instead of comparing, focus on your own growth, on what you are learning, and on how you are evolving. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be, and that what is meant for you will come when it is meant to come. When you begin to trust the universe's timing, you cultivate a sense of peace. You stop rushing, stop forcing things to happen, and start enjoying the journey. Life becomes less about striving for a specific outcome and more about appreciating the present moment, knowing that every step is leading you to exactly where you need to be. Trusting the universe allows you to let go of the struggle and open yourself up to the infinite possibilities that await you. Remember, life is not a race, it is a journey. Trust that everything is unfolding in perfect timing, and in doing so, you will find peace and satisfaction in the knowing that all things come to you exactly when they are meant to. Let go, trust, and watch as the universe works its magic. Releasing limiting beliefs is one of the most powerful actions you can take to transform your life. Limiting beliefs are those thoughts, perceptions, and ideas that we hold about ourselves, others, or the world that prevent us from reaching our full potential. They are the invisible walls that restrict us from pursuing our dreams, stepping into our power, and experiencing life at its fullest. These beliefs often stem from past experiences, societal conditioning, or messages we've received from others that have shaped our perception of what is possible. However, the moment we realize that these beliefs are not truths but simply thoughts, we can begin to free ourselves from their grip and create the life we truly desire. The first step in releasing limiting beliefs is to become aware of them. Most of these beliefs operate in the background of our minds, influencing our decisions and actions without us even realizing it. We may have beliefs like, "I'm not good enough, money is hard to come by," or "I'll never be successful." These beliefs can show up in our thoughts, self-talk, and even in the choices we make. To release them, we must first identify them. Pay attention to recurring negative thoughts or patterns that come up when you're faced with opportunities or challenges. These are often clues that point to the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. When you recognize these beliefs, take note of them and acknowledge that they are just thoughts, not truths. Once you have identified your limiting beliefs, the next step is to challenge them. Ask yourself, is this belief really true? Often we accept our limiting beliefs as absolute facts, but when we take a step back and critically examine them, we may realize that they are based on false or outdated information. For example, if you believe that you're not good enough to achieve your dreams, ask yourself, what evidence do I have to support this belief? More often than not, you will find that this belief is not based on any real evidence, but rather on fear, doubt, or past disappointments. By questioning the validity of these beliefs, you begin to dismantle their power over you. Another powerful tool in releasing limiting beliefs is to replace them with empowering beliefs. Once you've identified and challenged your old limiting beliefs, create new beliefs that align with the life you want to create. For example, if you have the belief that money is scarce, replace it with the belief that abundance is everywhere and that you are deserving of financial prosperity. If you believe that success is difficult to attain, replace it with the belief that success is your birthright and that you are capable of achieving whatever you set your mind to. The key is to affirm these new beliefs daily, reinforcing them through positive affirmations, visualization, and conscious actions that align with your new beliefs. Over time, these empowering beliefs will become your new reality. In addition to affirmations and visualization, another important aspect of releasing limiting beliefs is forgiving yourself and others. Many of our limiting beliefs are formed as a result of past experiences, often ones where we were hurt, criticized, or made to feel less than. These experiences create emotional wounds that we carry with us into adulthood, often manifesting as limiting beliefs about ourselves and our worth. To truly release these beliefs, we must heal these emotional wounds. This begins with forgiveness. Forgiving yourself for any perceived shortcomings or mistakes is essential for releasing self-limiting beliefs. Similarly, forgiving others who may have contributed to your limiting beliefs allows you to let go of resentment and pain, creating space for healing and growth. Another key to releasing limiting beliefs is to take inspired action. It's not enough to simply identify and affirm new beliefs. We must also take actions that are in alignment with our new beliefs. For example, if you've held the belief that you're not worthy of love, it's important to take action that reflects self-love and self-care. This could involve setting boundaries, practicing self-compassion, or engaging in activities that nurture your well-being. Taking action helps to solidify your new beliefs and builds confidence in your ability to create change. Each small step you take in alignment with your new beliefs will reinforce the idea that you are capable of achieving your goals and living the life you desire. The process of releasing limiting beliefs requires patience and consistency. It's easy to fall back into old thought patterns, especially when faced with challenges or setbacks. However, it's important to remember that change takes time. Be gentle with yourself as you navigate this process. Practice self-compassion and recognize that you are on a journey of growth and transformation. When you slip into old beliefs, gently redirect your thoughts back to your new empowering beliefs without judgment or criticism. The more you practice releasing limiting beliefs and reinforcing new, empowering ones, the easier it will become to break free from the grip of fear and doubt. It's also important to surround yourself with positive influences that support your new beliefs. The people you spend time with can have a significant impact on your mindset and the beliefs you hold. Seek out individuals who uplift you, inspire you, and encourage your growth. Surround yourself with people who believe in your potential and who support your journey towards success. When you are surrounded by positivity and encouragement, it becomes easier to release limiting beliefs and embrace your true power. One of the most profound realizations in the process of releasing limiting beliefs is understanding that you are the creator of your reality. Your beliefs shape your experiences, and when you change your beliefs, you change your life. By releasing limiting beliefs, you step into a life of limitless possibilities. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles, and you begin to act with confidence and clarity. You create space for new experiences, relationships, and success to flow into your life. As you release limiting beliefs, you also release the fear and self-doubt that have held you back for so long. Releasing limiting beliefs is a liberating and empowering process. It requires awareness, courage, and consistency. But once you begin to let go of those beliefs that no longer serve you, you open yourself up to a world of unlimited potential. You become free to step into your greatness and create the life you've always dreamed of. The power to change your life lies within you. And it all starts with the belief that you are worthy of the success, love, and happiness you desire. Trust in yourself, trust in the process, and know that as you release limiting beliefs, you are creating a life of abundance, joy, and fulfillment. Being open and vulnerable is one of the most profound and transformative actions you can take in your life. It is through openness and vulnerability that true connections are made, both with others and with ourselves. In a world that often encourages us to protect our emotions, put on a brave face, and hide our true selves, being open and vulnerable can feel risky. It requires courage to expose the raw, unguarded parts of ourselves. However, when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we create opportunities for deeper relationships, healing, and personal growth. The first step toward being open and vulnerable is to embrace who you are, flaws and all. Many of us carry around the belief that we must be perfect in order to be accepted or loved. This belief creates a barrier between us and the people who could support us the most. We put up walls to shield ourselves from rejection, judgment, and the fear of not being enough. But the truth is, vulnerability is what makes us human. It is our imperfections, our struggles, and our authenticity that connect us to others. When we are honest about who we are, we invite others to do the same, creating a safe space for mutual understanding and empathy. Vulnerability is not about weakness, it is about strength. It takes great strength to be open with others about our fears, our dreams, and our uncertainties. Being vulnerable means showing up in the world as we truly are, without the masks we often feel compelled to wear. It means admitting that we don't have all the answers and that we are learning and evolving every day. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we give others permission to do the same. This creates a ripple effect that fosters deeper connections, trust, and emotional intimacy. One of the biggest barriers to vulnerability is fear. Fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear of judgment. fear of being misunderstood. It is natural to want to protect ourselves from these experiences. However, it is important to recognize that vulnerability is not the same as being reckless or exposing ourselves to harm. Being vulnerable means being honest about our feelings, our needs, and our boundaries in a way that invites trust and openness. It's about sharing our truth in a respectful, compassionate way, knowing that not everyone will understand or accept it, but that we are still worthy of love and respect. When we embrace vulnerability, we allow ourselves to heal. So much of our emotional pain comes from the stories we tell ourselves about not being enough, not being worthy, or not being lovable. These stories are often based on past experiences, societal conditioning, or messages we have internalized from others. Being open about our emotions, sharing our struggles, and allowing ourselves to feel vulnerable allows us to release the grip these limiting beliefs have on us. It creates space for healing and self-acceptance. When we are vulnerable, we stop hiding from our pain and start the process of healing from within. This allows us to move forward with more clarity, compassion, and confidence. Vulnerability is also a key ingredient in building authentic relationships. In any relationship, whether it is with a partner, a friend, or a family member, true intimacy can only be achieved when both people are willing to show up as their authentic selves. When we are open and vulnerable, we allow others to see us for who we truly are, and in doing so, we create an opportunity for deeper connection. Vulnerability fosters trust because it shows that we are willing to be real with others even when it's uncomfortable or difficult. It encourages the other person to do the same, leading to more meaningful conversations, stronger bonds, and greater emotional support. However, being open and vulnerable does not mean sharing everything with everyone. It is important to recognize that vulnerability requires discernment. Not everyone is ready or capable of holding space for our vulnerability, and that's okay. Vulnerability should be shared with those who have earned our trust, those who are emotionally mature, and those who are capable of offering support and understanding. Being vulnerable with the wrong person can lead to hurt and disappointment. So it's essential to practice self-awareness and know when to protect your energy. Being open and vulnerable also involves being vulnerable with yourself. It means being honest about your desires, your fears, your limitations, and your dreams. It requires you to look inward, to confront the parts of yourself that you may have been avoiding or denying. Self-vulnerability means accepting all parts of who you are, both the light and the shadow, and acknowledging that each part of you has value and purpose. By being open with yourself, you create space for growth and transformation. You begin to release old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve you, and you open yourself to new possibilities. It's important to note that vulnerability is a practice, not a one-time event. It requires consistency, patience, and compassion. Just as we would not expect someone to become open and vulnerable overnight, we must extend the same kindness to ourselves. It's okay to take small steps toward vulnerability, and it's okay to feel afraid or uncertain. What matters is that we keep showing up, keep being honest, and keep allowing ourselves to experience life in its fullest form. As you begin to embrace vulnerability, you will notice that it brings about profound changes in your life. You will develop deeper, more authentic connections with others. You will experience greater emotional freedom and self-acceptance. You will let go of the need to hide behind a mask and begin to live a life that is true to who you are. When we allow ourselves to be open and vulnerable, we give ourselves permission to live wholeheartedly and to experience all the beauty and richness that life has to offer. Remember, vulnerability is not about exposing every detail of your life to the world. It's about being real with yourself and others in a way that fosters connection, growth, and healing. It is a courageous act of self-love and self-acceptance. When you embrace vulnerability, you open the door to a life filled with deeper relationships, greater authenticity, and a profound sense of peace. Embracing your worth and standards is a powerful practice that can transform every aspect of your life. It is about recognizing and accepting your inherent value, refusing to settle for anything less than what you truly deserve. So often we are conditioned by external influences, family, society, relationships, and media to question our worth and lower our standards. We may find ourselves compromising, tolerating poor treatment, or accepting situations that do not align with our highest potential. However, when we fully embrace our worth and set strong standards, we create a life that reflects our true value. The first step in embracing your worth is understanding that you are already whole, complete, and enough just as you are. Too often we search for validation and approval from others, believing that our worth is tied to external factors such as our achievements, appearance, or status. While these things can certainly contribute to our sense of self, they do not define our true worth. Our worth is intrinsic, a quality that is inherent within us, regardless of what we do or how others perceive us. It's important to realize that you are deserving of love, respect, and success simply because you exist. You do not need to earn your worth, and you certainly do not need to prove it to anyone. Once you understand that your worth is innate, it becomes easier to embrace it and set the standards that reflect your value. Setting standards is a direct reflection of how you view yourself. If you believe that you are worthy of love, respect, and abundance, you will set standards that align with those beliefs. For example, if you understand your worth, you will not tolerate relationships or situations that make you feel less than or disrespected. You will choose relationships where you are valued, supported, and cherished. You will demand respect from others and establish healthy boundaries that honor your time, energy, and emotions. Setting standards is not about being rigid or demanding in an unrealistic way. It is about having clear expectations for how you want to be treated and what you are willing to accept. Standards are guidelines that help protect your well-being and ensure that your relationships, career, and personal life reflect your values and goals. For instance, in your personal life, if you value honesty and integrity, your standard will be to surround yourself with people who are truthful and trustworthy. If you value your time and energy, you will not allow people to take advantage of you or expect your attention without giving respect in return. It is essential to recognize that your standards should not be dictated by fear, insecurity, or the desire to please others. Often we lower our standards out of fear of rejection, abandonment, or being seen as too demanding. We may settle for less than we deserve because we are afraid of being alone, or because we don't believe we are worthy of more. These fears only reinforce the idea that we are not enough, and they keep us stuck in situations that prevent us from growing or experiencing the fullness of life. To embrace your worth, you must let go of these limiting beliefs and trust that you are worthy of everything you desire. You are worthy of the love, respect, success, and happiness that you envision for yourself. Another important aspect of embracing your worth is practicing self-love and self-care. When you value yourself, you make your well-being a priority. This means taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental health and investing time in activities that nourish your soul. Self-love is not about being narcissistic or self-centered. It's about recognizing your own needs and treating yourself with kindness and compassion. When you embrace your worth, you recognize that you are deserving of love, not only from others but from yourself as well. This involves speaking kindly to yourself, practicing self-compassion when you make mistakes, and forgiving yourself for past errors. You become your own biggest supporter, nurturing yourself in the same way you would care for someone you deeply love. As you set and embrace your standards, it's important to remember that you are the standard. You become the example for how you expect to be treated. and others will follow your lead. When you raise your standards, you inspire others to do the same, creating an environment where respect, love, and support thrive. People will begin to treat you based on how you treat yourself. If you allow people to walk all over you or tolerate behavior that diminishes your worth, you are sending the message that this is acceptable. However, when you set firm boundaries, express your needs clearly, and demand respect, you are teaching others to honor you in the same way. By embracing your worth and standards, you set the tone for the kind of relationships and experiences you want to have. It is important to note that embracing your worth and standards may challenge some of the relationships or situations that you are currently in. When you begin to assert your boundaries and refuse to settle for less, some people may not understand or may resist your changes. It's natural to feel fear or discomfort when this happens, but remember that you are doing this for your own well-being. Letting go of people, places, or situations that no longer serve you is an act of self-love and self-respect. As you embrace your worth, you create space for new experiences and relationships that align with your true desires. Trust that by raising your standards, you are making room for better opportunities, relationships, and growth. Another powerful element of embracing your worth is developing a mindset of abundance. When you know your worth, you believe that there is enough success, love, and opportunity for everyone. You stop comparing yourself to others or feeling like there is a limited supply of good things in life. Instead, you understand that as you embrace your worth and standards, you are opening yourself to an abundance of blessings that are already waiting for you. You recognize that your success does not diminish the success of others, and that you are worthy of your own unique version of happiness and fulfillment. Embracing your worth and standards is a lifelong practice. It requires continual self-reflection, self-awareness, and self-compassion. It may not always be easy, and there may be times when you feel tempted to lower your standards or doubt your worth. However, each time you choose to honor yourself, you strengthen your belief in your value and the life you deserve. The more you embrace your worth, the more you will see it reflected back to you in your relationships, career, and personal life. Ultimately, embracing your worth and standards is an act of self-respect and self-love. It is about knowing that you are enough just as you are and refusing to settle for anything less than what you truly deserve. It's about raising your expectations and stepping into your power, knowing that you are worthy of the love, success, and happiness you desire. When you fully embrace your worth and standards, you will create a life that aligns with your highest potential, surrounded by people and experiences that support your growth, happiness, and well-being. The man of your dreams is already on his way to you because you are worthy of love and ready to receive it. As you embrace these 5 keys: self-love, trust, belief, release, vulnerability, and high standards, you open the door to a relationship that will fulfill your deepest desires. Remember, love begins with you. Embrace your worth, and the universe will bring the right man to you at the perfect time. Trust that your dreams are already unfolding. You are deserving of love. You are ready for love. And love is finding you now.